What if the single most important meal of your day could literally decide whether you lose muscle as you age or whether you stay strong, resilient, and independent well into your 70s and beyond? This isn't just a theoretical question for many people over the age of 60. It's a very real challenge facing us right now. We all know the progressive loss of muscle and strength, often called sarcopenia, is a major predictor of frailty, falls, hospitalizations, and sadly, even mortality. Researchers have even shown that how well your muscles work isn't just about moving around, it's a direct indicator of aging itself. But here's the incredibly good news. Sarcopenia is absolutely not inevitable. It's largely preventable, and to a significant degree, it's reversible. And one of the most powerful things you can do doesn't require a doctor's prescription. It starts with something as simple as what you choose to put on your plate first thing in the morning. Now, you might be wondering, how can breakfast, something so ordinary, possibly influence your leg strength, the tiny powerhouses in your cells, your mitochondria, and even your genetic pathways in just 24 hours? The answer lies in the incredible way nutrition talks to your body at a cellular level. Every bite of food you take is like sending a piece of information. It sends signals to your muscle fibers, to your mitochondria, and even to the gene switches that control how your body builds protein and manages inflammation. If you're over 60, this signaling matters more than ever because as we age, our muscles become a bit hard of hearing to these important messages. Think of it like a volume knob that gets harder and harder to turn. The signals from protein, from tiny nutrients, micronutrients, and from exercise, they all need to be louder to get the same beneficial effect. This is precisely why what you eat first thing in the day can either greatly boost the signal to grow and repair muscle, or it can completely silence it. So today, we're going to dive deep into the real science behind crafting the perfect breakfast to prevent muscle loss after 60. We'll explore the research on muscle protein synthesis, vital amino acids like leucine, substances that wake up your mitochondria, natural anti-inflammatory foods, and even the best time to eat your nutrients. More importantly, we're going to translate all this fascinating science into simple, practical, evidence-based meal ideas that you can start using tomorrow morning. Because this isn't about complex theories, it's about empowering your body with the exact tools it needs to stay strong, full of energy, and completely functional for many decades to come. Let's begin with a concept almost nobody talks about at the breakfast table, something called anabolic resistance. What does that mouthful actually mean for you? Simply put, as we age, our muscles don't respond to the protein we eat in the same powerful way they did when we were younger. If you were in your 20s, eating even a small amount of protein, maybe 10 to 15 grams, was often enough to kickstart a strong burst of muscle protein synthesis, that incredible biological process where your muscle cells take amino acids from your food and tirelessly build new muscle fibers. However, after you cross the age of 60, that very same meal often doesn't produce the same beneficial response. Studies clearly show that older adults need a significantly higher protein kick to truly flip that muscle-building switch. Researchers refer to this as anabolic resistance, and it's one of the main reasons why muscle loss accelerates as we get older. Your body isn't broken, it just requires a much clearer, louder signal to say, yes, build muscle. This is where your breakfast becomes so incredibly important. For many older adults, breakfast is unfortunately the meal with the least protein. A simple piece of toast, a banana, or a bowl of cereal might give you some quick energy, carbohydrates, and a little fiber, but almost no meaningful protein. And if you're skipping breakfast altogether, you're essentially missing a critical chance to stimulate muscle growth during a window when your muscles are actually quite ready to respond. One important clinical study found that when older adults enjoyed a breakfast containing around 30 grams of high-quality protein, they not only effectively triggered muscle protein synthesis, but they also significantly improved their leg strength within just 24 hours. Think about that for a moment. The positive impact isn't months away. Your body's amazing metabolic machinery responds almost immediately once you provide the right fuel. So what does this look like in your daily life? It means purposefully shifting your breakfast away from the typical high carbohydrate, low protein setup and instead choosing meals built around truly high-quality protein sources. Think scrambled eggs, rich Greek yogurt, creamy cottage cheese, flavorful salmon or sardines, or even a plant-based protein smoothie fortified with leucine-rich sources like pea and pumpkin seed protein. All these delicious options deliver the essential amino acids your body needs to overcome that anabolic resistance. And the goal isn't just the total amount of protein you eat in a day, but how you spread it out. Research indicates that evenly distributing your protein intake across 3 meals with at least 25 to 30 grams at breakfast results in significantly greater muscle retention compared to piling most of your protein onto your dinner plate. Breakfast is far from a throwaway meal. It's your very first and most potent opportunity of the day to switch on your muscle-building engine. Now that we've firmly established how important it is to conquer anabolic resistance with a protein-rich breakfast, let's zoom in on one particularly special amino acid, leucine. If we think of protein as the fuel that powers muscle growth, then leucine is absolutely the ignition key. Without it, the engine simply doesn't start. Here's what's happening at the incredibly intricate cellular level. Your muscle fibers contain a molecular complex called mTOR, which you can think of as the master switch that tells your muscle to move from just maintaining itself into a powerful state of growth and repair. Leucine is the amino acid that specifically binds to and activates this crucial pathway. It's like flipping a bright light switch. Unless enough leucine is present, the signal to build new muscle proteins remains too weak, especially as we get older. Research clearly demonstrates that the required amount or threshold for leucine is actually higher as we age. While younger individuals might activate mTOR with a smaller dose, people over 60 often need a substantial 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine in a single meal to fully stimulate muscle protein synthesis. That's why simply eating some protein isn't quite enough. It needs to be the right kind of protein with a sufficient concentration of leucine. So, where do we find this crucial ignition key? The richest food sources include easily digestible whey protein, versatile eggs, lean chicken, hearty beef, flaky salmon, and certain plant proteins like soy and pea. It's worth noting that plant proteins generally have lower leucine concentrations and may require larger servings or a careful combination of different plant sources to reach that vital threshold. For instance, a single scoop of high-quality whey protein isolate can typically deliver around 3 grams of leucine, directly hitting that magic number. Combining 2 to 3 eggs with some cottage cheese or Greek yogurt can also easily put you into the optimal zone. Here's a simple way to picture it. Imagine you're trying to start a cozy fire. Protein provides the logs and kindling, but leucine is the spark that truly sets it ablaze. Without enough spark, the wood just sits there stubbornly. But with sufficient leucine, the fire roars to life. Your muscles receive that clear, loud message: build, repair, strengthen. And this isn't just scientific theory, it has real-world impact. A clinical trial involving older adults found that a leucine-enriched protein supplement significantly improved leg strength and walking speed compared to protein alone. Another study showed that combining leucine with resistance exercise created a synergistic effect, producing even greater gains in muscle function. So, what does this mean for your breakfast? It means that if you are over 60, you'll want to design your very first meal of the day not just around the total number of protein grams, but very deliberately around its leucine density. Instead of plain oatmeal with fruit, consider flavorful scrambled eggs with smoked salmon. Instead of simple toast, think creamy Greek yogurt with walnuts, perhaps alongside a small whey protein shake. These meals not only deliver ample protein, they guarantee the leucine spark that powerfully switches on your muscle-building machinery. So, when you're thoughtfully building your breakfast plate, ask yourself, is there enough leucine here to flip that crucial switch? Because once you do, you're no longer just eating breakfast, you're actively signaling your muscles to stay vibrantly strong and wonderfully resilient. When we talk about achieving stronger legs and actively preventing muscle loss, most people immediately think only of muscle fibers themselves. But here's an even deeper truth you need to understand. Your muscles are only as strong and energetic as their internal energy supply. That crucial energy is generated by your mitochondria, the microscopic, tireless power plants hidden inside every single muscle cell in your body. Here's what's happening at the cellular level. Each time you stand up, confidently climb stairs, or enjoy a refreshing walk, your muscle fibers contract, and that contraction demands adenosine triphosphate, or ATP, your body's universal energy currency. Mitochondria are the factories that efficiently produce ATP from the food you eat and the oxygen you breathe. But, quite naturally, with age, mitochondrial function can decline. They become a little less efficient, fewer in number, and more prone to producing harmful free radicals. This decline in mitochondrial health is a silent but powerful driver of the fatigue, generalized weakness, and the regrettable loss of endurance that so many people over 60 often experience. The incredibly good news is that your breakfast can be specifically designed to wake up your mitochondria, supplying them with the precise raw materials and signals they need to generate clean, efficient energy once again. For example, key nutrients like coenzyme Q10, carnitine, and a range of B vitamins are critical coactors or helpers in the mitochondrial energy chain. A breakfast that thoughtfully includes foods like eggs, nutrient-rich salmon, fresh spinach, and healthy nuts will naturally deliver many of these vital coactors. Even more fascinating is the role of colorful polyphenols, beneficial plant compounds found in vibrant berries, soothing green tea, and even your morning coffee. Certain polyphenols have the amazing ability to activate a pathway called PGC1 alpha, which acts like a master regulator of mitochondrial biogenesis. That's a fancy way of saying they don't just make your existing mitochondria work better, they actually help your body grow new mitochondria. Imagine literally adding more powerful engines under the hood of your muscle cells. That's the significant metabolic advantage you can gain simply by including a handful of blueberries or a warm cup of green tea with your morning protein. There's also an important timing element here. Studies indicate that combining protein with these mitochondrial activators earlier in the day not only supports immediate energy production, but also dramatically improves your muscle's adaptation to exercise throughout the day. For instance, enjoying a protein-rich, leucine-dense breakfast alongside polyphenol-rich foods can significantly enhance your muscle's ability to generate ATP during any physical activity later on. Here's a simple analogy. Think of your mitochondria like the rechargeable battery in your phone. As you age, the battery capacity naturally shrinks. You can no longer go all day without needing to recharge. But if you purposefully start your morning by plugging in with the right kind of fuel, protein combined with essential micronutrients and powerful polyphenols, you effectively top off that battery and can even expand its storage capacity over time. That's how you transform from feeling sluggish and easily fatigued to having legs that feel genuinely energized and powerfully strong. This crucial mitochondrial health is not separate from your muscle health. They are intricately linked and one and the same. And the right breakfast can consistently give your muscle cells the clean, efficient energy they desperately need to keep you moving with incredible power and lasting endurance well into your later decades. We've delved into protein, explored leucine's role, and understood the importance of mitochondria. But there's another silent, often overlooked force that can either powerfully protect or slyly sabotage your muscles after 60: inflammation. Here's what's happening at the cellular level. When your body is young, inflammation acts like a quick, efficient fire alarm. It goes off only when absolutely needed, helps repair tissue, and then promptly shuts down. But with age, that sensitive alarm system can get stuck in the on position. Scientists call this inflammaging, a chronic, low-grade state of inflammation that persistently erodes muscle tissue, stiffens joints, and significantly interferes with your body's ability to recover. Why does this deeply matter for preventing muscle loss? Because chronic inflammation directly blocks the very same vital pathways that protein and leucine are trying so hard to activate. It interferes with your mTOR signaling, disrupts mitochondrial efficiency, and dramatically increases the breakdown of existing muscle proteins. In very simple terms, you could be eating all the protein you need, but if your body's inflammation levels are high, your muscles simply cannot use it effectively to grow or repair. So, where does breakfast fit into this intricate picture? Your first meal of the day can either thoughtlessly pour gasoline on this simmering fire, or it can wisely begin to put those damaging flames out. For example, a breakfast high in refined sugar. Think pastries, overly sweetened cereals, or sugary fruit juices. sharply spikes your blood glucose and insulin, which directly trigger inflammatory pathways and create oxidative stress in your body. Over time, that morning surge of sugar consistently contributes to muscle breakdown and accelerates the aging process. On the other hand, strategically chosen anti-inflammatory foods can calmly soothe that alarm and actively protect your precious muscles. Omega-3 fatty acids, abundantly found in delicious salmon, tiny sardines, potent chia seeds, and crunchy walnuts, have been repeatedly shown in clinical studies to significantly reduce inflammatory markers and directly improve muscle protein synthesis in older adults. Antioxidant-rich foods like vibrant blueberries, rich pomegranate, and soothing green tea diligently neutralize harmful free radicals that would otherwise damage muscle tissue. And common spices like turmeric, with its active compound curcumin, work to down-regulate or quiet NF-κB, one of the master switches that controls inflammation in your body. Here's a clear, practical example. Imagine two very different breakfasts. One is a sugary glazed donut with a glass of orange juice. The other is a colorful veggie omelet cooked in healthy olive oil with a generous side of smoked salmon and a handful of fresh blueberries. Both meals technically provide calories, but one meal actively accelerates damaging inflammation, while the other meal thoughtfully provides beneficial omega-3s, powerful polyphenols, and crucial antioxidants that quiet inflammation and dramatically amplify your muscles' inherent ability to grow stronger. This isn't just theoretical. A randomized controlled trial in older adults showed that supplementing with omega-3 fatty acids actually increased muscle volume and strength after just a few months, even without significant changes in exercise. Another study found that polyphenol-rich foods reduced muscle soreness and notably improved recovery after physical activity. So the powerful takeaway is simple. If you want your breakfast to genuinely fight against muscle loss, it cannot just be about protein. It also has to be about actively reducing inflammation, because truly strong muscles require not only the essential raw building blocks, but also a healthy, low inflammation environment where they can thrive and grow. We often focus intently on what to eat, but science is increasingly showing us that when you eat is just as critically important, especially after 60. Your body isn't merely a machine that runs on calories alone. It's an incredibly sophisticated biological clock, wonderfully governed by intricate circadian rhythms. These rhythms precisely control everything from the release of vital hormones to efficient digestion, and even how effectively your muscles utilize nutrients. Here's what's happening at the biological level. Your muscle tissue is much more insulin sensitive in the morning, meaning it's exceptionally better at absorbing and utilizing nutrients like glucose and amino acids, channeling them directly toward energy production and vital repair. By evening, this sensitivity naturally declines. This crucial difference means that the very same meal, if eaten at breakfast versus dinner, can produce vastly different effects on your metabolism and, critically, on your muscle tissue. Now let's connect this back to fighting muscle loss. Remember that concept of anabolic resistance? Older muscles need a much stronger signal to properly stimulate protein synthesis. But extensive research shows that when you strategically front-load protein earlier in the day, specifically at breakfast and lunch, you achieve a significantly stronger muscle-building response compared to saving the bulk of your protein intake for dinner. In fact, one study directly comparing an even distribution of protein across meals versus protein skewed heavily toward dinner found that the even distribution preserved remarkably more lean muscle mass in older adults. In practical terms, this means that if your breakfast is consistently low in protein, you may be missing your single most powerful opportunity of the entire day to actively fight sarcopenia. A breakfast boasting 30 grams of protein and at least 2.5 grams of leucine not only perfectly meets the necessary threshold, but it also aligns seamlessly with your body's natural circadian biology. You are literally feeding your muscles precisely when they are most receptive and ready to respond. It's not just protein timing that matters. Micronutrients and polyphenols also appear to follow these beneficial circadian patterns. For example, morning intake of polyphenol-rich foods like vibrant green tea or juicy berries may better support mitochondrial biogenesis, the growth of new mitochondria, than evening intake. This is thanks to the intelligent way your circadian genes regulate oxidative metabolism. Similarly, consuming those vital omega-3 fatty acids earlier in the day may optimize their incorporation into your muscle membranes, directly enhancing their function and overall resilience. Here's another simple analogy. Imagine carefully watering your beloved garden. If you water in the morning, the soil absorbs it efficiently, eagerly fueling growth throughout the day. If you try to water late at night, much of it simply evaporates or stagnates, providing far less benefit. Your muscles work in exactly the same intelligent way. Morning is their prime growth and repair window. This doesn't mean you should skip protein at dinner. It simply means that every meal is an opportunity, and breakfast is the one opportunity most often carelessly missed. By consciously anchoring your day with robust protein, critical leucine, essential omega-3s, and powerful polyphenols in the morning, you are harmonizing your nutrition with your unique circadian biology. You are giving your muscles the exact signal they need at the precise time they are most able to powerfully respond. Ultimately, when you eat is not just a casual lifestyle choice, it is a direct, powerful signal to your biology. And when timed correctly, it can truly be one of the most impactful tools you possess to actively protect your precious muscle health after 60. So let's bring this powerful discussion full circle. We started with a pressing question. Could your breakfast genuinely be the single most overlooked key to preserving your muscles, maintaining your leg strength, and fiercely guarding your independence after 60? And the definitive answer, strongly supported by decades of rigorous scientific research, is a resounding yes. Here's a quick recap of the vital discoveries we've made together. First, remember that aging muscles face something called anabolic resistance, meaning they demand a much stronger, clearer signal from protein to grow and thrive. Second, leucine isn't just an amino acid, it's the absolute ignition key that powerfully flips the switch on muscle protein synthesis, making its presence in every meal, especially breakfast, non-negotiable. Third, your cellular batteries, the mighty mitochondria, require specific nutrients and energizing polyphenols to generate the robust energy that powers every confident step you take. Fourth, we understood that chronic low-grade inflammation tirelessly erodes your muscle tissue, but thoughtfully chosen anti-inflammatory foods can calmly quiet that alarm and fiercely protect your strength. Fifth, your body's circadian rhythm dictates that the morning hours are your prime growth window, making your breakfast protein the single most valuable muscle investment of your entire day. And finally, the practical, delicious meals we've discussed prove that this science isn't some abstract theory. It's something tangible and achievable that you can apply to your plate as early as tomorrow morning. The big picture here is this: every single meal you eat is sending a signal to your body. After 60, your body isn't broken. It's simply more discerning and selective about the signals it chooses to respond to. The truly great news is that you now possess the knowledge and tools to send precisely the right signals. Aim for 30 grams of protein, ensure you get 2.5 grams of leucine, incorporate beneficial omega-3s, powerful polyphenols, and healthy anti-inflammatory fats, all thoughtfully timed with your body's natural circadian rhythm. That isn't just a recipe for breakfast, that is a detailed blueprint for staying vibrantly strong, fully energized, and wonderfully independent well into your later decades. So, here is my personal challenge to you. Tomorrow morning, make just one simple change. Perhaps swap that usual toast and juice for a flavorful omelet with smoked salmon, or maybe add a generous scoop of whey protein to your Greek yogurt. Then, genuinely notice how you feel. Not just in that immediate moment, but throughout your entire day. Because these small, scientifically backed adjustments compound beautifully into a stronger, healthier, and far more resilient you. Your breakfast is not just the start of your day, it is quite literally the powerful start of your healthier, stronger future.